Hi guys, it's me, Chris Chopping. I was a stand-up comedian, but because of lockdown there aren't any gigs, so instead of that I'm being a YouTuber. So today I'm going to do a 0 to 100 makeup tutorial. I'm not sure what the 0 to 100 bit is, but a lot of makeup tutorials are calling themselves that, so I thought if I called mine that too, it would come up in more searches. So hopefully this is what you're looking for, and I'm going to be doing some makeup today, showing you how you can do makeup as well on a face. And the face I'm going to be using is my girlfriend Ellie's. Ellie, if you can come in. Yeah, come in there. This is the face I'm going to be using, but you can do this makeup on like any face that you have to hand. Okay. All right. Thank you. So let's crack on.
So in order to do your makeup, you're going to need a lot of things. So maybe pause this video or take a screen grab on your phone so you know all the things that you need to get.
Okay guys, so this is the face that we're doing, as I say, and what I've done is I've made her wash it and then just put some moisturiser on that to start with. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the eyebrows, and I'm going to get this eyebrow pencil and you put that on to the eyebrow. And what you need to do, you can see Ellie's already got eyebrows, so you just follow the natural line of the eyebrow that is already there, and you just sort of paint it on. It's like you're pretending you don't have eyebrows, and you just put the thing where the eyebrows would be, but it's okay because you do have eyebrows, so you can use those as a guide. And it just makes the eyebrows dark, makes them a bit darker. And the trick is then do both sides, try and do them the same, and then that's going to look more symmetrical. That is quite tricky to do. And Ellie's doing a very good job here, because something that's quite useful if you're doing a makeup tutorial or just doing makeup even not for a tutorial, is if you're doing makeup on yourself or on somebody else, it is easier if that face is still while you're doing it. So Ellie's doing a good job of that. And then, so we've done those now, and then you have to sort of paint underneath the eyebrow using like a liquid foundation. So I'm going to get a little brush. This one's called Fuera, but I think you can get other ones. And I think you just have to squeeze it out of the tube onto the brush. Just a little bit like that. And then you paint that just underneath. Now a lot of people say in makeup that less is more. But they're wrong, because more is more, isn't it? That's literally what they mean, is less is better, but that's also wrong. So we're going for a sort of a more is better. Now you can't, this stuff is great, you can't use too much of this stuff, but also you can't use too little. You've got to use the right amount. Alright, and we're going to do the lids as well. So for this bit, you want to have your eyes shut. And you do all of the lid. And again, same with the other side. I might not say that every time because it's usually the same on the other side. It's more unusual for it to be different on the other side, to be honest. What I'm going to do now is going to do some more, add some colour to the eye, because eyes aren't naturally a very interesting colour, so we're going to add some colours like the eye lid and things. So you get some, I'm using this sort of a brush, so if you've got one like that, that's the sort of one you should use. I'm just going to tap that off so you don't get too much, so you're not wasting it. And then you just put that on the eye. Oh, that's quite nice, that's sort of glittery. And you put that around the eye, and you want to put it so it goes over the side of the eye, so later you can blend it in with like what you're putting on the rest of the face. Tip, if you're doing makeup on someone else and you do something and you think it looks nice, one thing you should do is try not to sound surprised, because you want them to be kind of relaxed and have confidence in what you're doing. And if you're doing makeup on someone else, you have to be careful with their eyes, because they're delicate and it can be a bit uncomfortable. But the good news is that you literally won't feel anything if you're doing it on someone. If you're doing it on yourself though, you will feel, obviously, you'll feel all of that. So be extra careful if you're doing it on yourself. Okay, so then you're going to need a slightly more precise brush like this one, and a darker shade of eye blue, and they've all got different names, and this one's called West Coast. I don't know why, but the one I'm going to do in a minute is called Saint, but I misread it, and it's sort of purple, and I misread it. I thought it was called Shaft, which I thought was a strange name. Alright, so what you want to do is you're just doing like the crease now where the eyelid goes in, and you're doing that in this slightly darker colour, just to emphasise that the eye's got a crease in it. I don't know why. Okay, that's actually better on the second eye, which is good because that shows I'm improving with practice, but in terms of a consistent face is not ideal. But I think that's okay because we're going to blend it a bit later. And then you have to have like the darkest colour, which, as I say, is called Saint, and I think I can just use the same brush for this one because it's going on darker. Oh, got some out on my finger. And I'm going to do like the side of the eye with this one a bit more, and then just emphasise the crease again, sort of going over what I've already done, which is a shame, especially on this eye, because I did quite a good job. I'm not sure what really the effect I'm going for, but I'm sure the tutorial I'm copying will help explain that. There you go. That's that crease emphasised anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to use a slightly thicker brush, and I'm going to do some blending. And you just sort of blend it all together like that on the eye, so it's sort of seamless. So next I'm going to use a number 7 foundation, and you put that on the back of your hand before you put it on the face, which does mean you're going to have to wash your hand, but we should all be doing that at the moment anyway. And I've got quite a lot of that on the brush now, but it needs to go on the eye ideally, and you just paint like the inside, kind of half of the eye, a bit that didn't have stuff on it before. Oop, done a bit over, but I can probably do the other side so it matches maybe. Alright, so the eye is now quite wet, so I'm just going to put some powder on to like hold that in place. Okay, that doesn't seem to have done anything. If you kind of have got something up in the eyebrows there that shouldn't be there, what you can do is you can dab that with your finger, and that isn't ideal, but it's probably looks slightly better than before I did it. Just add a bit more of the dark colour now. That looks good. A lot of that has fallen.
Did you tap the brush?
I did tap the brush. Tap it again. I'll do the other. You just sort of blend it in. It's almost like you're drawing a new eye on the eyelid, and you could probably put a pupil on that, and that'd be fun for parties. But that's not what we're doing this for today. So, okay, and now I've accidentally put some eye makeup under the eye. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend it with the finger, and then people will just think that's a choice. And the good thing about makeup is if you do get it slightly wrong, people can't really say anything, because if they do, they're the one that's rude. So it doesn't really matter ultimately how it goes, and that's a comfort. Okay, so next up I'm going to do eyeliner, and it's just like a pen, and you're basically just drawing the eye on. Ooh, just above the lash line. Just draw that. Ooh. You can follow the natural, just the shape of the eye that is around the lashes. That's the easiest way to do it. I haven't done it quite like that because I'm clumsy, but maybe if I hold that taut, does that help? Ooh. Oh, you can do it thicker on the outside. Do it a bit thicker on the outside, and then just keep it really thin as you go towards the middle of the eye. And what about, do you do it on the underside as well? No, you don't do it on the underside of the eye. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now this one's going to be trickier because I'm left-handed, and on this eye I'm actually using my right hand. So if you ever see a woman and she's got her eye makeup a bit wonky, I expect that's probably it.
Why do you have to use your right hand?
Oh, because then I'd have to cross hands over, wouldn't I, to...
Yeah.
That'd be fiddly. Okay, now what I'm going to do is the lines that I've just done, I'm just going to blend a little bit using a brush. And the good thing is with makeup is I think a lot of the time you see tutorials and it kind of comes together, like it looks a bit of a mess in the middle and then it comes together when people sort of blend it. So hopefully that's what we're doing. Although that doesn't seem to be having any effect. So what I'm going to do is put like a different thing on over the top of the felt pen that's more like an eye pencil, that hopefully will be a bit more blendable. And this is blue as well, so it matches some of the other colours that we've already applied to the eye. There we go. You will find that as you go on, it does get a bit boring and you start to lose patience a bit. So you probably, as you go on, would like sort of speed up a bit with some of the things you're doing, just so it doesn't take as long. Alright, that's blending. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some primer, and that's like, you know, if you were painting a wall but you wanted it to be sort of smooth beforehand. It's like that but for a face. So I'm going to put some of that on my finger, and then put that around just a bit, not on the eyes because you've done them, just the other bits of the face. Feels quite nice actually. And prime the forehead as well. And prime all the way across to the other side. It's probably quite relaxing. Prime the chin a bit. and the top lip. I couldn't remember what the top lip was called then for a minute. Alright, so we're going to do foundation, which you'd think would be the first thing you put on because it's called foundation, but no, we put the primer on first, then foundation, and you need like a short, stiff brush like this one, and you get the foundation and you just start in the middle of the face, that's the nose, the middle, and you work your way out. And you can see already that's making the face look different. And you can see Ellie's trying to avoid getting foundation in her mouth, because I imagine that's not great. And again, obviously don't put foundation on the eyes because we did them. I'm doing the forehead, slightly running out of foundation, slightly underestimated the size of Ellie's face. I'm also going to put some foundation on Ellie's neck as well. So that, and that just means, what is that's just a trick that you do when you're doing makeup, and it makes it look like your head is part of your body. Which technically it is. So next we're going to use some highlighter to correct the dark circles under the eyes. Now some people have some kind of dark circles kind of naturally, but with Ellie, you can see I put some on earlier by mistake, but that's fine because we can correct those now with the highlighter. If I can get some of it on the brush. No, it's not really going on the brush, Ellie.
Okay, just put it directly on the face then.
So we're just going to put that directly on the face. Just like a Pritt stick for the eye. So we're going to get the concealer, and this is going to do the job that the highlighter failed dismally to do, frankly. So you just put a couple of dots on the bits that need concealing. That's everywhere that is blue that shouldn't be blue. And then you just get a brush then, and you can blend that all in. Now you could lose your mind trying to make it perfect, but we've all got lives to lead. Okay, and then next we're going to use another powder. So we're just putting the powder, applying some powder to the face, and what we've done, we started out, Ellie had quite a natural flesh tone because it was her natural flesh, and then we made that blue using makeup, and now we're just using makeup to bring that back to a more natural flesh tone again, so that's good. Alright, so we're now going to do like a darker shade of foundation. You can use bronzer if you've got like darker skin, but Ellie's quite pale, so we're just going to use a slightly darker foundation. And again, we use the short, thick brush and put that like around the outside of the forehead, like that. And on the other side, like that, just around the edge, so it kind of blends. And then you do just under the cheekbones as well. A lot of that, you will find a lot of that just kind of, you put it on the back of your hand to apply it and it just absorbs into your hand. Okay, so now I'm going to do the under eye, which is good. We've made that from flesh coloured to sort of blue to back to flesh coloured again, and now we're going to make it sort of a light purple. And this one, if I remember right, is quite glittery, so that's pretty. And Ellie's looking upwards, so I've got like a nice taut space to work with. You then use a dark one, working from the outside, just apply a dark colour again, just a little bit going in.
It's Supposed to be doing it where the eyelashes are, not like my lower eyelid.
Yes, thank you, Ellie. That's right. We're supposed to be doing it where the eyelashes are. So that's how we're doing it. Just into there. And then same on the other side, bit thicker on the outside. And then just really thin around the lashes going in. And you're going to use a really precise brush for this, but then what you do is you just get a slightly thicker brush and you just smear it all around anyway. So if you get it wrong, it doesn't really matter. And at this point, if you've been following all my steps perfectly, you're probably thinking, why have I bothered making my eye from blue to flesh coloured back to blue again? Why did I fucking bother? And I don't blame you. Now we're going to do eyeliner underneath.
You might need to use two hands and like.
Oh,
hold
okay.
it
So
taut.
hold the eye taut.
You've got stuff all over your hand.
Do you want to hold your eye taut? Ellie's going to hold her eye taut so that I can then do the eyeliner just under where the lashes are. And what's probably happening while I'm doing this is I'm breathing quite a lot on Ellie's face. So if you are going to do makeup on someone else, do make sure it's someone from your household, because you can't do this and maintain social distancing. Alright, so we're going to apply some blusher now, and you just apply the blusher under the cheekbones using a brush, and that's going to make you look pretty fierce, which is a thing I've heard people say. I'll do some more, get some more on the other side probably. Oh dear, that's too much. Right, I've put slightly too much of that on the one side in particular, so I'm going to give that a blend using a brush. Just blend all that in, and then you're getting all your colours in together there, so you've got your pinks and your blues, and it's just like as if that's what your face was like to begin with. Now next up, we're going to do some lip lining, and again, what you might not know about makeup, this is again like we did with the eyes and the eyebrows. You basically have to draw all the features on as if they weren't there on the face to begin with. So I'm going to draw around the edge of the lips, and you create a bit of shape and definition. Yeah. And after this no one will be able to say that Ellie doesn't have a mouth. Oh yeah. So fill in the middle bit with a lipstick. Just sort of paint that on. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. It's shiny. Looks a bit like sort of, I don't know what this lipstick is called, but if I was in charge of naming it, I'd call it Sour Cherry. And I say that as someone who likes cherries. And that's good, that's making the lips all shiny like Joey and Friends that one time. And even if you think with the lip liner you made the lips look slightly too big, do fill up all the way to the line with the lipstick, because otherwise you just have a gap and it'll look really stupid. I'm just going to try and even that out, because earlier Ellie moved while I was applying the lip liner and she fucked it, to be fair. I'm not sure you could say that's helped. Okay, so once you've got your lipstick and your lip liner in place, you just get some lip gloss and you just paint that all over what you've already done with the lipstick. Yeah, and that's immediately changed it so it's not the colour that it was. So I don't really know why we do this bit. Try not to get any on the teeth, because sometimes I've seen women with lipstick on their teeth and it's not. Or men, it's the 90s. So we're going to do eyelashes next, and I'm just currently applying some glue to some fake eyelashes. And again, I think it's worth reiterating the point, like with makeup, it doesn't really matter how you look, because like makeup is about like confidence and doing it for you and how you want to look. So, and it doesn't matter what other people think. So if you've done your makeup and it doesn't look very good, that's fine also. That's also fine. So I'm just going to put the eyelash on the eye. You just glue that.
Is that
to the
on the
face.
eyelashes?
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it is. That feels like it's attached to my eyelid.
I think it's on the eyelashes.
I don't-
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, no, that's nice.
Does not feel right.
We got to let the glue set. And then-
Definitely not in the right place.
And then I'm going to do the other one. It's easier when you like hold still actually and don't talk back. Just push those on so they're on the eye lashes. Okay. As you can see, Ellie's now looking really fit, and if I was to meet her on a night out, I'd definitely want to get to know her or kiss her or stuff. And that's how you do. Should I say 0 to 100? That's my 0 to 100 makeup tutorial. And you too, if you follow my instructions, you can look as good as Ellie. I don't know how you end a makeup tutorial. No one will be able to say that Ellie doesn't have a mouth. Oh. Hold. I don't know how I can be expected to do this if you don't hold still.